Hello and welcome to the Afterburner video newsletter. I'm the founder and CEO of Afterburner, James Murphy. It's been a few months since our last video newsletter. The Afterburner team has been on the road non-stop, so we not only teach teams about combating task saturation, we're familiar with it as well. Today we want to discuss a great framework you and your team can use to map out and make good decisions in those what-if scenarios. Now at Afterburner, we always advise teams to do their predictive planning well in advance, in the 1G atmosphere of the planning room. However, there are at times events that occur that could not be planned for in your contingency planning process. We're seeing a great example of this unfolding in the Gulf of Mexico right now. So I want to show you a tool that your team can use to map out the many effects that may happen in one of those unknown what-if scenarios. Once you map this out, you can make good decisions, and we can only hope that the agencies, the government, and BP are utilizing processes like this to hopefully make good or better decisions in the future. So how does this work? First, you take the actual what if, in this case the BP oil spill, and put it right in the middle. That's the first ring. Now outside are kinetic effects. In this first area of effects, which we call kinetic effects, what's happening? Well, obviously oil's pouring into the Gulf of Mexico, which causes a negative impact to the tourism industry around the Gulf Coast. Negative impact to BP's image, obviously, increase in insurance claims, and you can go on and on with those direct kinetic effects. You shouldn't stop there, or you shouldn't make long-term decisions based only on the kinetic effects. So we're going to map out the second order effects. What are some of the things that may happen in this second order or further out? Well, an increase in raw materials around spill cleanup or the spill cleanup industry, an increase in litigation, obviously, an increase in public sympathy and support to the Louisiana, New Orleans, and the Gulf region. We'll also want to go out to those longer-term, third-order effects because we want to ensure that the decisions that we make now are going to impact what we want to happen well into the future. So what's some of those third-order effects we might want to map out? Well, in this case, we might see an increase in public pressure to seek alternatives to petroleum and deep-sea drilling. An overall decrease in the economy in the Gulf region, maybe in some specific sectors and areas. An increase in demand for transparency in large corporations. And possibly some major decisions being made by our government long-term that could affect the oil and gas industry. So the next time your team finds themselves in a scenario that hasn't been covered within your pre-planned contingencies, use this simple framework, this three-tiered framework, to facilitate good decision making. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of the Afterburner video newsletter. Until next time, good luck and happy hunting.